Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at two new figures from the Ghostbusters Fright Features line from Hasbro. On the left we have Podcast and on the right we have Lucky. And I'll be honest, I don't know who these characters are. They're from the new Afterlife movie, which I have not seen yet, although I did hear that they just showed it at NYCC last night, so definitely jealous about that because I'm very excited to see this movie. Please no spoilers. If you did see it, don't write anything in the comments. I don't want to be spoiled, but these are two of the new characters from the movie. So I'm not super familiar with them. But if we take a look at the back here, you can see you get a little bit of a bio. Podcast loves a good conspiracy theory and shares them on his self-made podcast. So there you go. And then we get this Ghost Fright feature. This is definitely, I believe, made to look like one of the classic ghosts from the Kenner line that had the eyeball that popped out. I don't think that's going to happen here, but it looks like the sides open up, so that's kind of cool. And then this is Lucky, which is another character I'm not super familiar with. But if we spin around to the back, Lucky works at the local roller hop diner and isn't afraid to stir up a little trouble. Well, there you go. And then we have a fright feature here where the mouth and top of this ghost seem to open up, which is pretty cool. So I really like these crazy ghosts that they have with these figures. It's definitely giving me vibes from the original Kenner line, which I think is very, very cool. About the same amount of articulation as well. If you saw the videos I did, they already did a line or a set of these for the classic Ghostbusters from '84, and now we're finally getting to the Afterlife characters. So pretty cool. I'm very excited about these. I'm going to go ahead, pop these guys out of the packaging here, and we're going to take a closer look. So here are the two figures out of the box. We'll start over here with Podcast. Definitely the shorter of the two. You can kind of see he's got, like, I guess, part of his shirt tied up here around his waist. I'm assuming that's just because it doesn't fit him correctly. And you can also see how the proton pack is actually kind of huge on his back because, again, he's a smaller guy. Now, as far as I can tell, these are the exact same proton packs that came with the '84 Ghostbusters, so nothing really new there. You can see that they can hold on to the wands pretty easily. And then if you want to go ahead and connect them, there is a small tab here, and there's a little spot here on the wand, so you can just go ahead and tab that right on there. Now, if you want to try to tab it on so that it's more like accurate to how they would actually do it in the movie or the cartoon, you can kind of make that work, but that's going to stress the plastic, I would think, over time because it's not really meant to do that, but it is possible. But overall, I think the character looks really good. I really like the toony animation style they use for these figures. I think it looks great. They did a nice job molding his hair. 5 points of articulation. You have a spin at the kind of base of the neck. You can move the arms, nothing in the wrists, and then you just kind of kick the legs forward. So pretty much what you'd expect, definitely done in the kind of the original Kenner style. And I think he looks pretty fantastic. Now over here, the little ghost that he comes with. Ooh, let me straighten out his legs so he can actually stand up. This is definitely a nod to the Bug-Eye Ghost from the original Kenner line, which actually just got a reissue as part of the Walmart exclusives they're doing. But yeah, he looks great. You can move the hands. You can see that they move around pretty well. You have a button here on the back. So when you press that in, it splits apart. And it kind of moves the eye, as you can see. But the eye doesn't really snap into place. So I don't know if the mechanism is busted on mine or not. Like pressing the button in kind of makes it move. But basically you want to close these back up and then you have to push the arms in. And that's how they click into place. So that's how the Fright feature works. Like I said, mine might be a little busted. But overall, he still looks great. I mean, you have some nice paint here for the horns, the eyes, the teeth all look really nice. The hands are molded very well. Overall, I'm just really happy with this guy. I think he looks absolutely fantastic. And it's fun that it's a nod to one of the original Kenner ghosts. So I like that quite a bit. Next up, we will move on to Lucky. And you can see she holds the wand just as easily. And you can go ahead and pop that onto the little tab there as well if you want to store that. I really wish that they were just a little, a little bit more slack here so that you could mount them properly because I just think they look a little goofy. But overall, I think she looks good. Nice design here. Like I said, I really like the cartoony aspect they use for the design of these characters. I really like this art style. Very, very fun. Proton Pack even looks a little bit big on her back as well. She doesn't have a name on her jumpsuit, but she does still have the Ghostbuster symbol there. And it's the same 5 points of articulation. So you have the neck swivel, you have the arms, and then you have the legs. So she looks pretty good. And I believe her ghost is kind of a mashup of the two mini globbers, I think they were called. There was one that was kind of a big brain that had like a bunch of tentacles. And then there was another one that had like a bunch of teeth, and it feels like they kind of fused them together. It could be a completely original creation, or it could be a reference to something else. but that's my best guess as to what they're trying to reference here. Again, there's a little button here on the back, so you just pop that up, the teeth open up, you have some eyes down here, you have some eyes up top, and then you just kind of close that all back. This one's a lot easier to operate than the other one. Very simple. You just push the button here on the back, and then that just works very simply. But again, nice paint applications, really nice detail, everything in here. Really nice molding into the little ghost. So I think these are pretty great little figures. I mean, they're about $10 a piece, maybe 11 depending on where you find them, as I knock them over. But I think they're really great. I really am liking these a lot. Like I said, they're very nostalgic for me, very much done in the original Kenner style from the real Ghostbusters back in the 80s. I really can't recommend them enough. So I think they're a lot of fun. I can't wait to get the other two. There are two more for the Afterlife characters that I need to track down. Just haven't been able to find them yet. I got both of these from Amazon.com. They randomly kind of went up, and then they sold out very quickly. I haven't seen the other two yet. The other two, it looks like they were on GameStop, but maybe sold out, or maybe they just immediately went to sold out because they're not really available yet. I'm not really sure what's going on. And if we don't get a Paul Rudd, I'm going to be really upset. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if he actually suits up as a Ghostbuster, but I'm really hoping we get a Paul Rudd in this line. Fingers crossed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.